The W.E.F. Freak Fest. The W.E.F. Freak Fest. Prostitution agencies booked for solid Davos forum. Prostitution agencies booked for solid Davos forum. Or Davos. With that, I would like to say, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahushai Bahashim, Ruach Qudash, Thawada, Yahweh for giving us Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who have the 100% spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai in them. Double honors to the CT bishops, elders of GMS, our big brothers. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are prophesying in the true name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, which is none other than the power of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and anybody who are descendants from those people on their father's side. Shalom to those who are scattered abroad. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwith. I'm Yahiquab, Lord of Willing, serving the King of the universe, King Yahushai, from the power of Yahweh. And again, the title is the W.E.F. Freak Fest. And I have a title here saying escort agencies book solid for Davos Forum. All right. Let me wait. It's after, okay, 2 minutes now. I can kind of speak a little more freely a little bit. So another code name for the W.E.F. World Economic Forum is none other than the New World Order. All right. None other pushed by the international banking families of the world, you know, which is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, which is the nation of Edom. Right. And that's who's meeting over there, man. The international bankers. Right. So W.E.F. is another code name for the New World Order. And why do I call it a freak fest? Because I ran across an article on RT, you know, searching for a show to do, and it said escort agencies booked solid for Davos, if I'm pronouncing it right, Davos Forum. All right. And so, you know, I use the word prostitution because that's much more of a stronger word. And you know, Lord willing, through the Holy Spirit, you know, I decided to do a show on it to show basically the hypocrisy, you know, of these world leaders meeting at this forum, which I believe is from the 16th, which today is January 16th, 2023 to January 20th, 2023. So it's going to be going on for 4 days, which I guess till Thursday. Today's Monday, the 16th. I believe the 20th is on Thursday. Anyway, they're supposed to be talking about world events, foreign policies, things that govern the world as far as economics are concerned, certain events and current events that's affecting the world today. And of course, you know, acting as the world leaders, the World Economic Forum, right, mostly dealing with the economy, you know, they're gathering to bring forth their solutions, you know, which their ultimate solution is none other than a digital all right, that's being already used over there in Trinidad. I'm going to say it, the chip, okay, it's out there. The news is out there, man. There's no reason why it should get clipped because they got the chip out there in Trinidad, running at full force, all right? And that word is going to be synonymous throughout Babylon, hence America, man, which leaders of IUIC deny, but it's going to be in front of your face. The pretense to that is a central bank digital currency, the CBDC, which is a prelude of the digital all, the CHIP. Anyway, that's going to be the main topic of their solution as far as the World Economic Forum, right? Because that's one of the solutions to heal a lot of these economic downfalls or spiraling down financially in these countries, man. You know, by inflation and whatever have you. So, you know, that's what they're supposed to be concentrating on. But like Apostle Star said, they're gonna talk about this digital law, man, the CHIP. You know, that's their solution to solve the world economic crisis, which inflation all over the world. Okay. So anyway, again, I want to read this article, and the first thing I was laughing, you know, because I thought about calling it World Economic Forum, Get Your Freak On, you know, going to the whole Missy song. But then I said, wow, you know, the Freak Fest, which, you know, growing up as a teenager in the 90s, you know, the Freak Fest they used to have in Atlanta. Your brothers probably in the late 30s or 40s know about it, you know, and yeah, that's something that fraternities and sororities will get involved in amongst Jake and have a Freak Fest over there in Atlanta. You know, that was one of the biggest ones as a teenager. You know, you young, full of that testosterone. You know, that was my dream to go there. But you know, we in the world, we didn't know. But anyway, the Freak Fest goes back to sororities and fraternities that really are involved with, you know, obviously colleges, you know, and you know, that's the first step to getting involved with these major higher end societies, secret societies, which is the Skulls and Bones, you know, which your Yale, your Harvard, your Eastern Star or Western Star. I think that's the society or sorority for women, so to speak. You know, part of the Boule. The Boule is nothing more than a so-called black version of the Skull and Bones. And anyway, the point is that one of the main things they do in these sororities are Freak Fest. You know, which is filled with debauchery. You know, sexual perversions, sexual immorality, you know, and that's one thing I want to point out, that's where they're going to be getting involved in this World Economic Forum, you know. So, and then of course the hypocrisy, you know, with these men, these world leaders, right, prime ministers, judges, and high level Supreme Courts and all that kind of have you. We're about to read it in a sec. You know, these are the same people that own businesses that talk about R. Kelly, media outlets that talk about R. Kelly and condemn them. You know, sexual scandals, harassments, speaking up for women's rights, and yet these are the same people who speak up for these things, right? Talk about Epstein, but they're selling out and buying up prostitute agencies up there, man. So we know what they're really doing, okay? So again, I want to go into the word debauchery after we read this article, and I just pointed. And really, what do these customs go back to? This debauchery within these, which is like a freak fest. That's what it is. You know, goes back to these secret societies. They all go back to the Greek customs, man. The Greeks, the Romans, the Babylonians, proving once again that these men, who's going to be in this World Economic Forum, which is really hence the New World Order, starting with the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, the rich families of the earth, right? They go back, their spirit goes back to these kingdoms, man. You know, that was one of the main things that proved that this place is Rome, or what Romans did in their time, you know, through Saturnalia, so to speak, the Lord of ceremonies, all right? Master of ceremonies, excuse me. You know, where they would get involved, they would pick a slave to lead a ceremony, right? And the slave would have sexual perversions, pick anybody he wants to have sexual perversions with, and then they would sacrifice him at the end of the ceremony. You know, there's going to be way more going to sacrifice as well, too. So anyway, that's the intro that I just wanted to intro in. And, you know, there's going to be other stuff involved. You know, of course, pedophilia, homosexuality, and all this kind of stuff. That's what they're into. So anyway, and I have a few scriptures I just want to end off with, but let's get right into this. Let's read this article. Get right to the juice here. Okay, so I'm going to read this article from RT, and then I'm going to go into the actual W.E.F site to see what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, but let's read this first. Let's get right to it. This is from RT News, posted today, and it says escort or prostitution agencies, right, are booked solid for Davos Forum. And by the way, Davos means son of David. All right, which I'm going to post. Elder Yashawamba posted something today, which I'll put in the description. A quick video about the Davos, the World Economic Forum, and Davos means son of David, by the way. Okay, which they're not the son of David. David means beloved. They're not beloved, these people, right? But let's get right to it. This says sexual harassment by wealthy men at W.E.F is so common that female guests are advised not to attend events alone, an Austrian outlet has reported. Okay, so now these prostitutes or these escorts are being warned, don't go alone, bring weapons, be safe, because a lot of sexual harassment, right, are going on. Now let's read. It says, let's blow it up. And I'll post this article in the description. It says the Swiss escort agencies near Davos are already fully booked ahead of this year's World Economic Forum, the elite gathering that brings together heads of state, corporate executives, and influential non-profiters. Austrian outlet Express reported on Sunday. The same leaders and corporate executives, right, elite banking families, all of them that lock up people for so-called sexual harassment, pedophilia, and talk about R. Kelly and Epstein. They're doing the same thing. That's actually, anyway, let's read. Let's finish this article. It says, in a message to unnamed hospitality staff and published by Express, escort agency sensual escort urges readers to book their fine selection of ladies and gentlemen ahead of time to ensure the best possible care and company during the World Economic Forum. All right, so a lot of men and women are being hired to do who knows what, man. Let's keep reading. It says, oh, it's a lot. All right. It's like this thing's messing up. It says all sexual orientations. Okay, you know what that means. That means straight, homosexuals, pedophilia, or we can say what's the new term they're coming out with is minor affection love or something like that. Minor love affection or something to that effect. I forget what it's called. Minor love affections. Okay, probably what's another one? All these sexual orientations, man. Transgenderism. Okay. All right. So all sexual orientations, and outlet claims one night with one of their employees costs over $2,500. Right. The service does not appear to accept cash payment, offering clients the option of paying with major credit card via PayPal, explaining that the W.E.F's annual get-together is high season for Swiss prostitutes. Express revealed the agency set up dedicated websites for the conference. Their roster seemingly fully booked. It says this site here, sensual lounges site had already disappeared as Monday. Let's keep reading. While the W.E.F invited about 2,500 people as accredited delegates this year, over 30,000 more are expected to descend upon the Sky Resort for the dinners, parties, and according to a growing body of journalism documenting the dark side of Davos, sex for payment that occurs outside the forum. That's right, debauchery. Basically, we're about to look that up word next, man. Which all these things that they're doing, parties, they're supposed to be discussing the most, world crisis right now. We're in a world crisis, inflation, hunger, starvation, famines. You know what I mean? People freezing out. So they're partying while this is going on. Okay. It says sex workers also wait in hotels and bars frequented by guests, according to a 2020 report from the Times UK. And women, even they are accredited W.E.F attendees, are routinely harassed by the men who dominate the conclave. Indeed, the event began warning women that year not to go out alone after dark because if something happens with some big CEO who is going to be believed, you or them. That's right. So they're saying like a big CEO, whatever he does to you, they're not going to take your side. Right? They're not going to take your side no matter what you accuse them of or the allegations are, you're not going to win. These people are billionaires, man, and trillionaires who are coming there. Sex workers also wait in hotels. Oh, okay, I already read that. Let's keep going down. Let me see. Read more. Pimps luring Ukraine women into prostitution. That's something else. But same thing. Remember, they lock up pimps, right? Especially Jake in jail, right? Anyway, prostitution at Davos has caused controversy in years past, though the bigger concern appears to be keeping the working class under control. The Swiss army has been authorized to deploy as many as 5,000 troops, if needed, to provide security to the billionaires. It says, the theme for the 2023 conference, which runs from January 16th to the 20th, is a corporation in a fragmented world, meaning divided, right? Protesters were already on site ahead of the event's official opening on Monday, denouncing attendees' use of private jets to deliver climate change plateaus or platitudes and the presence of fossil fuel executives and at the supposedly sustainability of conscious forum. That's right. Okay, that's true. Here it is. You got, of course, they're going to be talking about another pandemic, or another supposedly virus about to come out. The vaccines. They're going to be talking about the digital law, CBDC, stock market crashing, famines, and then also here, climate change, which is also made up. They're going to be talking about that. And here they're flying private jets, man. Okay, using all this gas to get over there, fossil fuels, so to speak, which is no thing of fossil fuels. I'm not going to get into that. Fuel, we'll say, right, in a sustainably conscious form, right? These are supposed to be people who are supposed to be making the world a better place, but it's all BS, man. They're hypocrites. All right. Now, okay. Now let's get to the, I had a W.E.F article here. Okay, right here. Now I typed in W.E.F meeting, I'm sorry. So I got this here. And again, the W.E.F is another way to say New World Order. Okay, now here it is, the World Economic Forum page. It says live. Maybe we'll check it out live, see what's going on. It says, just real quick, it says day one, what to expect. It said the World Economic Forum. So like my computer's acting up. The World Economic Forum annual meeting takes place in we read that. Here's a snapshot of everything you need to know this morning about the first day of the Davos 2023. The World Economic, welcome to day one of the World. We don't need to read that. Let's see what else we can read here. It says we'll bring leaders across the government, business, and civil society at critical moment of the world. That's right, fragmented, divided. Famines, protests, wars. Under the theme of the corporation in a fragmented world, we'll look at how we can tackle the numerous and interlinked challenges the world is facing and find solutions through public-private cooperation. That's right, and that solution is the digital all. That's what's going to be the solution, man. Right? Let's keep going down. I'm not going to read too much of this. Okay, so launches and things to look out for day one, which is today. Be sure to watch out for the following launches today. Chief Economist Outlook. The latest Chief Economist Outlook comes at a turbulent time for the global economy. This January edition of the survey comes at a time of significant headwinds and explores the prospects for growth, inflation, monetary and fiscal policy. It also looks at challenges businesses will likely face in the coming months and their potential responses. That's right, which is a lot of businesses closing down, going bankrupt, defaulting, right? Electricity, this is another one. Electricity is at the backbone of the integrated energy system. The electricity system is likely to form the backbone of the energy systems of the future, right? That's right. 5G technologies, everything's going electric. They're getting away from gas and fuel, which is plenty of it, no matter what they say, because oil is the second most abundant liquid on earth. I did a show on that. So they created a lie about it to say it's rare when it's plenty of it, to create value. That's the devil. Anyways, there's a new framework. Electricity highlights the opportunities to create and optimize integrations between the electricity sector and other infrastructure to enable transition to a net zero economy, meaning no emissions, so to speak, or carbon going in the air, pollution, which they create anyway. All right, so we get the point. Just talking about top things we really covered. Let's look at this real quick. I think this is what this will be in the description. I think this is what Yeshua posted. This is a video. All right, it's not playing. So anyway, the video will be in the description. Let's see if we can check out something live. All right, my computer's acting up, so it's cool. So let's go to debauchery. Now that we got that down, we can go, All right, so from that article right here, right? Again, escorts or prostitute agencies booked solid for Davos Forum. And let's go to that part again. It said, what are they going to be doing? We got it right here. Where's it at? Right here. It says the W.E.F is invited about 2,500 people as accredited delegates this year. Over 30,000 more are expected to descend upon the ski resort for the dinners, parties, and according to a growing body of journalism documenting the dark side of Davos. Basically a big Saturnalia. Saturnalia is a Christmas, they included Christmas, but this is considered the same thing too. Which Saturnalia was dark, a dark holiday. Now let's read this. So we just read debauchery. That's what they're doing. So debauchery, it says to entice, seduce, and lead astray. Yeah, they're being led astray from the you know, the seriousness of the world state right now. Here it is. They're supposed to be talking about world events, but they busy. They flying in 30,000 people to party, man, and do sexual perversions. No matter what your sexual choice is, or whatever you are. It says debaucher, entice. It says to lead astray. Oh, look at this. It says to entice from work or duty. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're supposed to be working, but they being led astray from what they're supposed to be doing, right? Supposedly, it is literally to trim. Well, we don't need to read it. There's another good one here. The notion of shaving something away, perhaps, Yeah, workshop, okay? Here it is. The more specific meaning is seduce from virtue or morality. That's right. Virtue is moral excellence. That's exactly opposite of what they're doing. All right. So they're moral. They're being involved in sexual immorality, man. Same sex, transgenderism. You know, who knows what they're going to be doing? Pissing on each other, shitting on each other. I mean, having sex with animals. Who knows, man? The more specific meanings to seduce from virtue or morality, right? Which ultimately is against what? The Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai, right? That's virtue and morality, man. The truth and the commandments of the Holy Scriptures given unto the nation of Israel. It says corrupt the morals or principles. Yeah, corrupt morals or principles. And it said especially to corrupt the lewdness, seduce sexually. Usually in reference to women. That's why they're told, these escorts, they're told to not go alone, to carry weapons, to be safe, and don't go out at night. Indulge in excess in sexual enjoyment. All right? Sensual pleasure. All right, so we get the point. So basically, the main thing is to seduce from virtue or morality. So there's no virtue up there in this so-called conscious forum, man. Trying to solve world problems, but they're busy, having a freak fest, man. All right, flying in thousands of people to get their freak on. All right. Make sure this is all right. Yeah, they're getting their freak on, man. All right. All right, so, that article would be in the description. A very good article. You know what I mean? Again, point out the hypocrisy of these devils, man. Now, let's bring out some scriptures. Just have three I was thinking of. I couldn't really think of any too much, but the ones I thought about, the word concupiscence. All right, and the word concupiscence goes into lust. But lust is not necessarily bad. You can lust for good things. You can lust for the scriptures. You can lust to study. You can lust the commandments. You can lust Yahweh Shema Shai to be right. But then you also lust for bad things as well, right? And that's one of them is sexual lust. Coveting bad things. A lust for violence. Lust to steal. Lust to lie. Lust for food. I had everything queued up here, but my internet's acting up, man. It's Satan. I'm on there. Anyway, let's finish up. So I got Colossians 3 and 5. Let's read that real quick. Colossians 3 and 5. Okay, this reads, I'll start from 1. It says, Now, this is not proving that they're not anything virtue about them. There's no moral excellence. There's no knowledge in these demons. They're demons, man. Okay? This is the truth of the Lord. This is what virtue is. If ye be then risen with Yahushai, seek those things which are above, where Yahushai sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. Set your affection on things above, not on things in the earth. For ye are dead, and your life is hid with the Anointed One in the Most High. Right? When Yahushai, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. Meaning being translated, being turned into our new bodies, right? For to not sin anymore, as gods as we're destined to be, right? Verse 5, it says, mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, right? Mortify means to kill, like mortuary or mortar, right? Mortuary, to kill or destroy. Matter of fact, let's look up mortify real quick. Mortify your members, meaning your flesh, your lust. It's fucking Satan, fucking. All right, I can't look it up. Anyway, we get it. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, right? Your body, your flesh, which means which this is a sinful body, but it all comes through the choices that you make through this wicked body. Your thoughts. You think about stealing. You think about stealing someone's woman or committing adultery, whatever have you. You think about committing sexual perversions, homosexuality, whatever have you. This you're not supposed to be doing that, man. Or having 5 sums, 8 sums, 10 sums. Right? This is what they're doing. Lusting and drinking and getting, nothing wrong with getting, a little nice. But these people are they're going to get it in, man. Drugs, ecstasy, coke, whatever they be, drugs, whatever have you. You get the point. That's all for the flesh, nothing to do with the body. So it says, mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, right? Which ultimately goes into, we can use it for this case, fornication, right? But really other philosophies, other religions, which remember, this really goes back to the Romans. The same thing these people are doing in this World Economic Forum, they're doing, they did it back in Rome. They're, for example, Saturnalia, and or the Lord of Ceremonies or Master of Ceremonies. All right. The Greeks did the same thing. One of the things, they have, the word gym comes from the word gymnos, which means basically naked. It was a place where people worked out and exercised butt naked, man. That's the Greeks. They're going to get butt naked and do crazy shit out there, man. Babylonians weren't involved in the same thing. All right. All right, what if I give up? I thought the computers work. All right. So it says fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affections. That's right. Sexual immorality, sexual perversions. Right? Necrophilia, bestiality. All right? Pedophilia, or minor affection love. What do you call it? Homosexuality, transgenderism. All right, even being straight, but being straight and having 10 women butt naked in front of you and do whatever, man. Having anal sex, that IUCBK, they promote. All right, they're gonna do everything under the sun, man. I'll just say the rated G way, the issue, bringing that issue out of you and doing whatever, man. They're gonna get wild, man. Inordinate affections, evil concupiscence, all right? Which is lust. Concupiscence is lust. That's one with the get. So it means a desire. So they're designed to freak off, man, all right? And covetousness, which is idolatry. And really, they're going to be doing this in the name of their wicked gods, man. These are top witches or warlocks that are doing it under their sexual gods, you know, which would be Venus, whatever have you, lust, and other guys I can't, Diana, you know, the demonic idols, man. You know, the Baphomet, what's that, the androgynous demon, right? Evil concupiscence and covetousness, which is idolatry, for which things sake the wrath of the Most High cometh on the children of disobedience, in the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived in them. But now you also put off all these things, anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Now that's talking about the ones that got out of the world and came into this truth of Yahweh Shema Shai, the anointed one, you know. But it could also apply to these demons who are naturally like that, man. Okay, they're all about the flesh, you know. They're all about the flesh. All right, they worship, they do as thy will. They worship their bodies, their own bodies, right? What's that? Do as thy will. Yeah, do as thy will. Alistair Crowley. Worshiping themselves, worshiping the body, vain lust. Right? So we're done with that. Let me get the next one. 1 Thessalonians 3, 4 and 5. I'm not gonna make it too long. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 5. It reads, it says, oh, here we go. Yeah, I'll just read this. Again, this applies to Israel, but you know, these are what these damn demons are doing, proving that they're the negative. They're the opposite of the Most High. They're getting involved in sexual immorality, right? 1 Thessalonians 4 and 4, that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel, your body, in sanctification and honor. Are they doing that at this world forum? No. Not in the lust of concupiscence. Again, that means going back to lust. In this case, sexual perversions, right? Desiring to do, you know, abominable things, man, which is debauchery. Pissing on each other, whatever have you. Who knows what they're shitting on each other, man. Hey, I'll just say, I'll say the PG way, I guess, is busting semen on each other, man. You get the point. I'll just stop there. All right. Not in the lust of concupiscence, even as the Gentiles which know not the Most High. Okay, there you go. These are the Gentiles, man. And that's not belief. That's not talking about the Gentiles of, well, it could be. I got to look it up. My computer's not working. But we can apply it to the heathens as well. All right. Because that's what it means. When we're the unnatural Gentiles talk about us, you know, but we're called unnatural Gentiles because we took up the ways of the heathen. All right. So eventually talk about the heathens, right? Not in the lust of concupiscence, even as the Gentiles which know not the Most High. They don't know the Most High. That's not a conscious, so-called conscious, which all consciences go back to the consciousness of Yahweh Shema Shai in truth. They're not carrying that virtue or moral excellence. They're committing sexual morality. That's what they're doing. Sexual perversions. Okay. All right, so that was it. Let me get Romans. Well, I don't gotta get that. I mean, let's talk about Israel, but you get the point. All right. Okay, so you know, that was the point there, man. Again, in Davos, right over there, the World Economic Forum of the New World Order, your top prime ministers, government officials, corporate leaders, corporate CEOs, basically international bankers, you know, that run the countries lock, stock, and barrel, starting with the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, the rich families of the earth, rich 300 families. They're meeting, man, to plan out their wicked agenda, the New World Order agenda of this year, man. So we know from this meeting there's going to be a lot of hell after this meeting. Just like they had a secret meeting over the summer. They're having another one now to start off the year to talk about certain events. You know, basically making everything the Internet of Things, right? Collaborating all, you know, what does it say? Electrical communications together, which is why by the digital law, 5G technologies. Talking about so-called climate crises, talk about a so-called next pandemic, right? And how they're gonna bring it in, man. Et cetera, you know. The World Economic Forum, right? Basically, how to bring in and collapse the society, the world economy or world financial system. How it's gonna go down, break systematically. Certain steps are gonna, and it's gonna be enacted, man. And they're definitely gonna talk about the CBDC, stock market crashing. Maybe they said they're gonna cover certain corporations, how they're gonna recover when the value of money goes down, etc. All right, so, but, you know, and ultimately, they're going to make more mandates and draconian laws to try to combat the truth, which is from the prophets. You know what I mean? How are we going to combat this truth that's coming out from Yahweh Shema Shai? You know, these Israelites are waking up, because we're the biggest threat. The Spirit of the Most High, through the way of the Holy Spirit, right, of truth and understanding, is the number one enemy of the W.E.F. And so they're going to try to come out with a way to persecute, to make this truth look bad, because that's the ultimate threat to the New World Order, is Yahweh Shema Shai and the prophets. So, you know, they're going to come up with a way to mandate laws, legislation to put us in the concentration camps and kill the prophets, man, to stop this word. But you can't stop this word. Lord willing, the hopeful year of the coming of our Lord, the hopeful year of all the prophecies come to pass. Spiritual power is coming, right? Chariots are going to flood the skies, right? World War III is going to break out, and Yahweh Shai is going to show forth, man, and put these damn demons into slavery, man. So, you know, this is what we're praying. This is what the truth is bringing out, and it's going to happen. And we pray that it's this year, and we know that it's soon, Lord willing. So with that, I pray you edified. And I'll say, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rukwak, Wadash, Thawada, Yahweh for giving us Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who have the 100% spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, and double honors to the CT bishops, elders of GMS, big brothers, and salutations to you brothers in this country and all over the world, prophesying the true name of Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom.